Michelle, first and foremost, thank you so much for your time today. I really do appreciate that.
Nice to meet you, John. My pleasure.
Nice to meet you as well. Start out with getting an idea of what it was that attracted you to this project in the first place.
Well, I read the scripts. They were sent by Appian Way, and I loved them. I thought that they were beautifully written, and Elizabeth Moss was already attached, which was very appealing, and Apple TV Plus, which I've worked with a lot, and I enjoy working with them. So it was a nice packaging group of people. But also, I would say that I loved the genre bending aspect of the story, and I found it challenging and a little daunting and scary, which I like to be challenged. And it was something that I wanted to try and take on.
Okay, that makes sense. And you took on quite the project for sure. What I noticed was some incredibly complex and layered scripts with some amazing themes in there as well. A lot for the audience to take away home to them. What would you say is the number one theme or message that you hope the audience takes away from this experience?
Well, I hope they see a character who is suffering from trauma. I think the time shifts are a metaphor for the aftermath of trauma.
Mm.
And I hope that they see somebody who starts out very vulnerable and fights her way back. She's a survivor and she takes control back of her life. And ultimately, after you've hopefully had a very entertaining, exciting, thrilling, scary, emotional experience, you find it empowering.
Definitely, I see that. I definitely see that in there for sure. What was the hardest part of assembling such a story this complex and this powerful as a director?
Well, there's, as I was saying, it is genre bending. So bringing in a lot of different influences. I wanted a voyeuristic aspect. So Michael Mann's The Insider is one of my favorites with regards to that. All the President's Men was definitely in here, influences from that. And Fincher's Seven and Zodiac. And so bringing those different elements together at different times, and then the time shifts themselves. You know, as I was saying, it's a metaphor for the aftermath of trauma. So I wanted it to be very grounded and realistic and tangible for the audience. So we took a very simplistic approach to it. It's first done just editorially, and it evolves and it does get bigger, but they're never really huge CGI elements to it. And it's something that all of us wanted it to feel very, very real and tangible for the audience.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And you bring up a good point about the realism of this story. As a director, how did you draw that realism out of the actors? Because it is very powerful and very moving. A lot of these moments.
Well, first it starts on the page, and the scripts are amazing, and we have a wonderful cast who are brilliant, and they're each incredibly nuanced and facile in each, in all their abilities. So it was exciting to work with such a team. We just talked a lot about the arcs of characters, where they are in any particular moment, what they know, what they don't know, what's going on in their lives. I mean, both Dan and Kirby are suffering from different forms of trauma and are very lonely and find each other, come together to solve this story and really connect and support each other in a way that neither of them expected. Harper is a sociopath. He is somebody who has to be vulnerable and insecure, and also dealing with rage, and at the same time he has to be charming and affable and approachable. And so these are things that Jamie and I talked about, and it's and Philippa Sue, who did an amazing job, who goes from a very confident, aware place to seeing the first time when this happens to her, and to a very terrifying and unnerving experience, and experiencing what Kirby had gone through years ago, she's going through now, although she has a heads up on it, and she has an understanding of quantum physics and time travel and whatnot, that she is able to open and embrace this. So it's really convoluted and complex, but I think approaching it from a place of reality and groundedness is something we really focused on.
Okay. Last question for you today, before we go. In brief, what would you say you're most proud of when it comes to your time on this series?
I would just say that I'm really grateful to be part of it. I'm really proud of the actors. I'm really proud of what they did. I'm so impressed. I'm proud of everybody, of the cast and the crew, and of Silka. This is her first show. You know, it's really challenging, and it's wonderful when everybody together takes on this incredible challenge. And we don't know how people are going to respond, but all we can do is our best. And I think everybody did their best.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. So that is all the time we have today. I cannot thank you enough for your time today. Appreciate it so much. Looking forward to everyone seeing the show.
Thanks so much, John. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
You too, please.